on, guys? Welcome to another video. We're standing here at my buddy Ethan's farm. You've probably seen us hunt here in the past. It's where my wife shot her first buck. We always do our deer camp here every fall, every opening day of rifle season, opening weekend, and we have an absolute blast. This year, we decided to do a little bit more work here. We're gonna be going back here and doing some minimal equipment food plots, which should be relatable to a lot of guys that have access to small properties, permission properties. You see us a lot with big tractors, other types of equipment on the channel, and that's great and an awesome way to do it. But we wanted to show you that it is still possible to enhance these smaller properties, put in these small food plots, even bigger ones with minimal equipment. So you'll probably see us with a string trimmer, maybe a four-wheeler and a roller. But the first thing we're gonna do today is kill it off. So we planted some apple trees back here probably about a month ago. Let's head back there, check them out, and we'll go through these steps of how to plant some food plots with minimal equipment. 8. Ooh, it's a hefty one. Should I put my fingers after that? All right, so this is the first little kill spot plot that we're gonna do. This is a little swampier, so we'll see how it does, but standing next to one of the apple trees we planted, we got 3 in here, 1, 2, 3, and they all look really good. So doing well, soil moisture is pretty good up here. Basically what we're gonna do is just a little L. It's probably 1/10 of an acre, maybe. Try to kill a lot of the shrubby stuff. We might open it up a little bit with just a handsaw. A bunch of little poplars and stuff in here. We're gonna hit it pretty hard with Roundup and it hopefully will nuke it.
Yo.
What, are you waiting until we're done to come help?
No, I'm putting my stuff away from being away. Is that all right?
I mean, it's just okay, I guess. When you come up here, can you bring a fence post or something?
Okay.
For a camera.
Oh, yep.
And a sledge. I want to put one right on the corner of this pond, but there's not really a good spot for one, so I figured we'd throw one on a fence post.
Okay.
All right.
That'll work.
All right.
Yep. Sounds good.
See it.
All right, sure.
Good spot. We're on the lay. Oh, yep. There's a balloon in here, so obviously there's a buck bedded in here.
That's a real thing, I've heard.
Hot tip. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever heard that one before or not, but we're gonna base this entire year's strategy off that balloon that's sitting right there.
Wind swirls perfectly right there.
Yep. All right, as you saw, we just sprayed off that one plot. I guessed it was right around 1/10 of an acre, maybe even smaller. It definitely is smaller because I just walked this one with Hunt Stand. It's a good way to measure your plots. You can walk the perimeter with the trace tool and then get on the shape tool and shape it out, and it'll tell you exactly how big the spot is. This one is 1/10 of an acre. So I'm guessing that one is 1/16 of an acre. It's super small, but basically the goal is just to have a little spot that a deer can stage before they move out to this bigger ag. Just a little pocket, little social area. So this one's about 1/10 of an acre. We're gonna spray this off. As you can see, it's mostly goldenrod, some multiflora rose. The nice thing with this is when you have these goldenrod fields and stuff like that are taken over, there's not as much understory. So, I mean, there's some grass down there. Hopefully it'll die. Ideally, probably should have knocked this down before we sprayed it, but timing, and it is what it is. But if I just rub my foot over this, there's soil there, so that's gonna work good for just dropping seeds down. Once this goldenrod dies, it should just kind of fall over, and if we need to spread the seed and hit it with one more ounce or one more dose of Roundup with the grass that's still coming up right when we seed, it should be good. It won't affect the seed any. So far all we've used is like a $45 sprayer, which a lot of people are gonna have if you have a house, because you gotta keep those houses looking tidy. So get this sprayed off, and then we'll move on to the 2 bigger plots. Scrape maker. All right, so we sprayed off the 2 properties, or the 2 pieces, smaller plots. Now this is gonna be a bigger spot. About close to an acre probably. We got the road right here. Ethan's house is actually right here. These are just kind of to help the deer not very huntable plots, but just food to help them get through the year. This is actually a perfect setup for what we're looking at to do with minimal equipment. You can see mostly all goldenrod, but if you look down at the bottom, like I said on the last one, all we have is just a mulch layer, and then it's just soil. We'll spray it off, kill it, seed right into the standing goldenrod. The biggest thing when you're doing this type of stuff is picking the right type of food plot seed. You know, you're not gonna be able to come in here and broadcast beans and do very well, but brassicas, clover, those really small seeds are gonna be able to find their ways through the cracks. And as long as you get some soil contact, we'll come in here with a roller, roll all this down, help get that seed down into the ground, and it'll pop right up through this mulch layer. It won't have any issue doing that. What also will help is later in the summer, when it's drier, that mulch layer is gonna help preserve that moisture and get us some good germination. So we're gonna leave about 15, 20 yards off the road. We're a little late to the punch. Next year, we're gonna plant a screen here to screen from the road. But we're just gonna leave that goldenrod right here so it's not just dead, and start working. Ethan's gonna work this way and I'm gonna work from this way, but 2 backpack sprayers. This would obviously be easier with a pull behind sprayer on a 4-wheeler, but this is what we got. So minimal equipment, and this will be about an acre food plot. So let's get to it. Riley, go. Go. All right, so we finished about a half a day's worth of work here on Scooney's farm. We sprayed off 4 food plots that we're gonna make here probably in the next couple weeks, all with backpack sprayers. It's probably 2.5 acres worth of food that we're gonna put in right here. And then obviously we're standing in a plot that we created last year. This was a wall hanger plot, so it had chicory, alfalfa, clover, and then a nurse crop of radishes and turnips. And then we came back in and frost seeded it. The chicory and clover is coming in awesome. We do have a decent amount of grass in here, which usually I don't really care that much about grass, but this being a first year clover plot, we're probably gonna come in and spray it off just so we can salvage this for a couple years, really knock out that grass so it doesn't take over and have this clover flourish. But the point of these videos is to show that you don't need huge equipment. You don't need everything that you may see on TV, or you know, people that have a huge farm managing it. You don't need all that stuff to still make improvements to your property or create, you know, food plots. You can spray a 8-acre food plot if you want with a backpack sprayer. It's just gonna take you some time. It's really just putting in the work. So now is the time to be knocking all that stuff down, getting stuff killed off for our fall food plots. We're gonna be putting in big and beastie here in the next couple weeks. Your late fall clover plantings here in the Northeast, we've been pretty fortunate with our soil moisture. We're gonna be getting some of those wild game buffet, which is gonna give us a great start to a clover plot for the future. You still got plenty of time to do it. Make sure to head over to frigidforage.com and get your seed ordered now. That way you can take advantage of that good weather when it comes and get your fall plots in the ground.